Hello and welcome to AMP Future's presentation of the MultiCharts.net 64 Special Edition. In today's recording, we're going to go over the automated trading strategies that are part of this trading platform. Okay, so contained within this platform, there's a series of commands that you can put together to create your own algorithmic type trading strategy that you can deploy in your day-to-day trading. So we're going to show you how to do that. Okay, so first of all, from previous videos, you should already know how to log in, how to put up your charts, how to build a workspace. So we're going to go right in and start at how to pull up the chart, because that's where we're going to start. Okay, we're going to start, first of all, in the workspace. You're going to go to File, New, and then Chart Window. Okay, so clicking on the chart window, it's going to pull up a new chart for us. And then once that chart comes up, we're going to unstick the dome. Notice that pin that's right there on the dome. Okay, so we're going to unstick that. Let's go ahead and use the E-mini S&P charts. So E, P, M. And then if you just drop down here, you'll see June 16th. Click on that, click OK. Okay, I'm going to unstick the chart. All right, so right-clicking on the chart, I'm going to go to Format Instruments real quick. Just want to make sure this is where I can set the settings of the charts. Okay, so I've got 90 days data going back on a 1-minute chart. I'm going to go back 10 days. Okay. So on a 1-minute chart, going back 10 days, next thing we're going to do is right-click on the charts. So once you right-click on the chart, this is where you're going to find all of your studies and all of your signals. Now this is what I was talking about in the beginning. The signals, these pre-built strategies, this is where you're going to couple those together. So after right-clicking on the chart, again, I'm going to just do it one more time. Right-click on the chart. You're going to go to Insert Study. First thing you want to do is choose the indicator that you want to look at. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to go through and something simple that everyone's familiar with. We're going to go here with the MACD. And also, holding down the Control button on your keyboard allows you to add more. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to go MACD Momentum. And 2-line moving average. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK on that. Each of these indicators will give you input area where you can change the length and deviations and things like that. If you so desire, you can also change the color scheme. Okay, if you're okay with the setup, click OK. And they'll each pop up like that. Click OK. And there's our moving average. Click OK. All right, so there you go. So we've got a MACD, we've got a momentum indicator, and we also have a moving average 2-line cross as our indicators. Okay, right-click on the chart again. Okay, and now we are going to, hang on a second, sorry, right-click on the chart, go back to Insert Study. Now we're going to hop over to the signals. And now I want you to notice on the signals you'll see it'll pretty much give you the same list of indicators that we carry, but they have an extra component on there. You'll see LX, SX, LE, and SE. So LE would be long entry, SE would be short entry, LX would be long exits, and SX would be short exits. Okay, so you're giving it a series of commands to get in and get out. Okay. So now we're going to choose through the list and see what corresponds with those indicators that we have on our charts. I'm going to hold down the Control button again so I can choose more than one. I'm going to go MACD long entry, short entry. momentum, long entry, short entry, and there's a moving average cross, two-line cross, long entry, short entry, and now we need to assign some exits. Okay, we're going to assign some exits for these. I think the most thing that everyone looks for is, can I put my own stop and profit targets in on this? So yeah, let's do that. Remember to keep holding down the control button. You're going to go all the way back to the top, and you're going to go stops and targets and click OK. So where the box pops up, when it pops up, okay, you'll see the first thing highlighted, stops and targets. You can certainly highlight these to make changes if you need to, but right now we're just dealing with the stops and targets. It's highlighted. We're going to go to Format. Now we're going to attach profit target in dollar amount. Okay, so let's make it $300 profit target and a $300 stop. Okay. And then I'm going to hit close. Remember in the beginning I put in 7 days worth of data, so what it's now doing is back testing itself, going back 7 days worth of data, okay? And it's going to show me where it got long, where it got short. If you see a green dotted line, that's showing me probability of a profitable trade there. The red lines are losing trades, okay? Red dotted is losing, green is gain. All right, so let's there's another way to take a look at this, which you'll probably utilize this a lot. Click on the chart anywhere and go to View. And then once you go to View, you can run a strategy performance report that's going to show us what it's done over 7 days, net profit, okay? So don't fixate too much on that number, because later on we're going to show you how to run backtesting in our next video. Right now we're just going through the basics of setting these up. Okay, so that's where you can run your reports. Once you've got that in place, you're going to go right here, and you're going to turn on Automate Order Execution. You're going to click Yes. And once you click Yes, it'll wipe everything out on the charts, and it is now looking to make trades. We're going to jump in the right-hand corner, and we're going to turn on the Chart Trader so that we can track this thing when it makes a trade. And any trades that I've made, I want to take them off of here. I want to clean them off the chart. So I'm going to right-click. I'm going to go to Format Chart Trading. Okay, and now I'm going to take it. I'm going to show historical orders. I do not want to see them. Click OK, and then they're gone. All right, so let's give it a minute here to make a trade. Now that we have it turned on, it's going to be looking for a trade based on either the MACD crossing, the moving average, or the momentum indicator. You can always drag on the background of your chart, or rather right here on the number column, or you can click on the hand, okay, and move the background that way. Remember to click off of the hand when you want to get your cursor again. Okay, so we're just kind of enlarging these a little bit so that we can get a closer look at when they cross. And again, it's on a 1 minute chart going back 7 days. All right, so there you can see first trade out, MACD, LE, long entry. You can see it right there on the chart. Notice in the window, the MACD is crossed to the upside, so it placed a long trade. Okay, so out of those criteria, this was the first one to trigger. Okay, so once you're in the trade, you can, since remember now we programmed our stops and profit targets in there. Okay, so we've got those parameters that are in there. So you can, it's your choice to let it run. If you certainly see the trade start to develop a pattern that you don't like, you can always turn it off. Okay, and you turn it off by going here to the upper left side. Okay, let me get my cursor back. Don't forget what we talked about earlier. Once I've got the background drag on, I want to make sure that I go and grab my cursor again. So now if I want to turn this off, I just click right there to turn it off. So right now it's still on. We can see our trade is break even to +1, -1. Okay, but if you wanted to interrupt it and turn it off, what you're going to do is click, and it's going to say first of all, we have these orders that we're working in the background. So go ahead and cancel those orders. Okay. And then once that's canceled, then you can close position. Okay. It'll ask you, do you want to close the position? Yes, I do. Close the position. Okay. So that's how that works. And it'll mark where you are right here. It shows a small loss in red. If you want to turn it back on, you can go ahead and turn it back on again. Okay. So that's how you couple those together. So again, in review, we've got the indicators, moving average, 2-line cross, MACD, and a momentum. If I right-click, I'm going to go to Format Signals. I can see what I'm working, stops and targets, which we hit Format to change those values. I've got my MACD long entry, short entry, momentum long entry, short entry. Okay, moving average, long entry, short entry. My exits are here in the stops and targets. And then I close out. It'll run a plot, and then I can turn it on. All right, so let's turn this one off, and we'll build one more example, and that will end this video segment. On the next segment, we're going to cover how to run the back testing. All right, so first thing that we're going to do is right-click on the chart. You're going to go to Remove All Studies. Okay, so we're taking everything off of the chart. Okay, now I'm going to right-click on the chart. I'm going to go back to Insert Study. Go back to Indicator. So again, this is in case you don't want to, maybe you just want to see what's in here that can exit for you instead of stops and targets. Okay, so let's put some indicators on here. Relative strength. Hold down the control button, relative strength. You can do these one at a time if you want. You don't have to couple them up like I do. Okay, you can certainly just build one using the relative strength. For sake of this recording, I'm going to double them up. So slow to stochastic. And then why don't we go ahead and put a Keltner channel on here. Click OK. So on the Keltner channel, if I want to change it, I want the upper band to be blue. I want the lower band to be red. See, I can do that under Style. Click OK. RSI overbought is green. That's good. Oversold, I want it to be red. And maybe I want to change the weight of how big they are. Those lines are. Okay. Overbought, let's go oversold again is red. Click OK. All right, so I can change the thickness of the lines, the color of the lines, and if you want to change the deviations, just go back to inputs, and you can change those as well. Right-clicking on the chart, again, go back to Insert Study. This time we're going to go to Signals, and we're going to find signals that correspond with that. So let's go find our Keltner. There it is, Keltner channel. There's a long entry, short entry. We're going to scroll down and find the RSI long entry, short entry, stochastic, long entry, short entry. And now we're looking for this right here, profitable closes, long exit, short exits. I want the computer to identify based on the internal math of these programs. You can't really change them, they're pre-built, okay? But the internal mathematics, I want them to look for profitable scenarios to close out these trades. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK on that. It'll pull up the menu of what I've got working. Okay. Candler channel, long entry, short entry. There's my profitable closes, long exits, short exits, relative strength, long entry, short entry, and stochastics, long entry, short entry. And then these closes again applies to all of them. Hit close. It's going to run a plot for me, going back 7 days. Okay, and now I just click anywhere on the back of the charts, and I can go to View, Strategy Performance Reports, and it'll tell me what the current status is. In our next video, we're going to show you how to run the optimization and how to switch those over to more favorable outcomes in our next video. Okay? All right, so now that we've got this in place, we're going to turn it on. Click Yes. Okay, and now we're waiting for it to look for a trade. And once it has that trade, it'll identify itself on the charts. So let's give it a minute or so here. Again, it's quiet market right now, so let's see if it goes for and finds a trade for us here. Okay, now as you can see, we just got a trade. Candler channel long entry, okay, and it'll now look for those profitable closes. Remember, we programmed those in. So this is on a long entry as the Candler channel broke above that top line. Then we have this trade in place now. Again, all of this is automated. And let's just give it a minute and see what transpires with the trade. But as you can see, right now it's down by 2 ticks. But again, the profitable closes also works in order on the exit side as well. Okay, so you leave it run. And it's a good idea to make sure that if you're using this, that for the beginning you use it in your paper trader account, and if you're unsure how to set one of those up, contact us, support@ampfutures.com, and this way we can show you. As you see, I'm in a demo mode right now, okay, where this window is here. You make sure that you're in your paper trade account. You can also right click on the chart. You can go back to format signals, you go to properties, and if you go to the auto trading tab, that's where you can get in there and make sure that you're on your paper trader or on your live account, whichever connection you're using. Okay? All right, so we're still in our position here. Okay, so it looks like the stochastics now got short one. Okay, and that's your basic setup now of putting indicators and the commands together so that you can start to execute and create. Don't forget, hit SA, start automation, end automation. Okay, all right, so that's it. That's the end of part 1. Our next series will take us into doing the optimization report and backtesting strategies.